the glimpses of occult science that I was able to get in my life, early life, the sharing I continue with you. Today it is a hair-raising story. Hair-raising story of a snake bite and its cure. This is anyway not my first-hand information. About first-hand actual one's own experience and the hearsay of an incident from someone. The difference I have impressed upon you in the beginning. Here, this story was narrated by Venkulam Parameswaran. He was a one-man institute for the whole of Kerala in the last generation. A one-man yoga institute. He traveled throughout Kerala and demonstrated and lectured on yoga, visiting the schools and colleges of the country, of the state. That way he kept yoga alive single-handedly in last generation. I have had some contacts with him at the fag end of his life. And he wrote his experience about the snake bite in a print media. At that time only print media was available. And he said he cannot pass away without passing on the story to the new generation. When this guy, Venkulam Parameswaran, was somewhat of middle age, in the central Travancore somewhere, somebody was bitten by a horrible snake, a big one, and he was taken to a household where traditionally snake bite is cured. A family of Nambudiris, the highest Brahmin caste of Kerala, Nambudiri family. And at that time an old man was usually treating the snake-bitten people. When he was taken there, a large body of people assembled, gathered there, and the guy bitten by the snake was somebody useful to the locality and well known to the people, and he was very dear to the whole area, and so a large number of people gathered there, and the person who is supposed to cure, an old man, Brahmin, Nambudiri, came up and saw the situation. He went down to a pond attached to his house, homestead, had a dip and came back, and he stood on one leg and started chanting mantras. The patient, the snake-bitten person, his life was ebbing out. He was unconscious. And the younger generation who assembled there were impatient and shouted at this Vaidyan to drop off his mantra and do something else to save him. But the elderly people admonished them, hushed them up, saying, just wait and watch, don't disturb him. Don't be afraid, he will cure him. And his proceedings went on for some time. Since he was old, he was leaning onto a pillar on the veranda, and the snake-bitten person was laid in front of him. And as time went by, an eagle flew in and positioned itself on a low tree branch close to the front yard. And the mantra chanting proceeded, and slowly a big snake appeared. A snake appeared, reluctantly creeping through the courtyard and onto the veranda close to the dying man. It had a big hood and all, and the Vaidya intensified. It stood there hesitatingly. When the mantra attained its intensified its tempo, this snake was forced, it seems, to bite him and take back the venom. The venom the same snake has injected into him. 2 bites, and the bitten person was slowly regained his consciousness, and the snake was somewhat dying. And at that moment, the eagle dropped down close to the snake and whisked it off to a distant place. And the person was okay. Everybody was happy except the snake. My information is that after such a taking back of the venom, a snake does not live. It commits suicide. That is, it smashes its head on some stone or stone-like thing and dies, cursing the person who forced it to take back the venom. The curse continues in the family of the Vaidyan, and that is why these Vaidyas, those who treat snake bites, are reluctant usually to try some such extreme steps. And these mantras, I think, are in the Atharva Veda. I am not sure. This is only second-hand information for me. And I happen to know of some other method of treating snake venom, advanced method. Once, while I was on a short train journey, the person sitting opposite to me had a book on snake bite and its treatment, written also by another Nambudiri. But I picked it up from him and turned a few pages, and I found this method. These Namboodiris are vegetarians strictly, and they abhor the cruelty to animals, but still what is described there in the book was something horrible. When a snake-bitten person is brought in serious cases, as a last resort, these Vaidyas try this one. That is, 2-3 chicken are brought. Somewhat well grown up chicken. Not too young, not too old. One chicken is taken, and some feathers are plucked off from its hind area, bottom nearby. Some feathers are plucked away from its bottom area nearby, and a slit is made there, and that slit is held on to the snake bite wound. No, not that way. On the crown of the head of the patient, some soft slits, or 1 or 2 slits are made, and blood is allowed to ooze. And on that spot, the bottom with the slit of the chicken is held close, stuck to it, and the venom from the human is sucked by the body of the chicken. The chicken gradually becomes blue in color and dies. Then another chicken is placed there with a slit, and before it dies, it perhaps sucks up the remaining venom, and the patient is cured of the venom.